The Accra Metropolitan Assembly says this year's ban on drumming and noise making starts from Monday 6th of May to Thursday 6th of June. In a statement from the Assembly, it said aside from the ban on noise, there's also a ban on funeral rites and its related activities. On your screens now is a statement released by the Assembly, and it's a long one. Let's take it step by step. It says, during the period of the ban, churches are expected to carry out their activities within their premises and refrain from the use of musical instruments. Number 2, the positioning of loudspeakers outside the premises of churches, mosques, pubs are banned. Roadside evangelists are to cease their activities during this period. It also says religious bodies and the traditional authorities must show respect for one another and restrain their followers from making derogatory and inflammatory remarks about the beliefs and practices of one another. Other guidelines by the Ghana Traditional Council includes a ban on funeral rites and their related activities, apart from an identifiable task force that consists of AMA personnel, the Ghana Police Service, and representatives from the Traditional Council with tags. No other person or groups of persons should be seen or found enforcing the abatement of noise in the metropolis. And that statement is signed by Gilbert Ni Ankra, Head of Public Affairs for the Metro Chief Executive. Now, thankfully, he joins us here live on Joy Newsroom. Gilbert, tell us more about this ban on funeral. And for most people who may have done their preparation for funeral rites, does this mean it all has to come to an end?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and good afternoon to your church. The guidelines released by the Ghana, it was quite clear that they are part of the police towards this ban on up though issues affect rights and burial itself during this period not allowed. So the important or if upset state, this black man not like the bring the body out for direct from the mortuary to the burial down, but not back to the house to any right for. Are banned during this period. And you made mention about of the fact that people have already said that I said earlier on. This is something that is being done. The Traditional Council came out with a guideline. So as an assembly, we are re-echoing whatever guidelines that have been set. So
Gilbert, I'm struggling to hear you, but then let's find out. Another paragraph in your statement makes reference to the people that are supposed to enforce this ban on noise. And it's quite key. I want to draw your attention to it because usually when there's a ban on noise making, we have a lot of people taking up the responsibility to enforce this ban. And that is point number 5. It says, apart from identifiable task force that consists of AMA personnel, the Ghana Police Service, and representatives from the Traditional Council with tags, no other person or groups of persons should be seen or found enforcing this ban on noise. That's what your statement says. But then for most people, do we have to now inquire, do you have a tag? How do we even identify this tag in the first place? And if I can go outside and buy an AMA cloth, that makes me an AMA official. Let's talk about how you plan to ensure that no other groups are enforcing the ban on noise making.
Just as I said, in the release, it was quite clear that we have identifiable taxes, and they comprise representatives from the AMA, the Traditional Council, and the police. They are led by the Traditional Council, and most of the time it is the Asafo Achebe. they lead the task force to ensure that all these things are done. For the task force to be able to identify them well, they have been given special ID. And for those ID cards, there are certain security features on the ID card that we are able to identify that these people have been mandated to enforce the regulations. If you look at what is being done over the years, of course, we've had issues of groups of persons moving in to enforce it. And consistently, we've said that all persons or any group of, if you are not part of the task force, you are not supposed to move around and enforce the law. If you are found, the police is going to deal with you in accordance to law with respect to that. So that is the arrangement with respect to the enforcement. And if, for instance, anybody comes over to a premise and they want to enforce, you obviously, as a watchman coming in to enforce, they come in their regalia. So you see them not wearing any other ordinary or mufti dress. They are in their regalia to be able to. You made mention of the fact that anybody can just go and buy any AMA cloth, and then, no, it is not allowed. Persons from AMA are not coming in, putting on any uniform for you to identify. All task force members have been given special ID cards and numbers to operate during this period.
That's quite interesting. I know that there'll be a series of activities lined up during this period for traditional rites. Walk us through them.
Can you please come again?
I know that you have a series of traditional rites you'll be performing while this ban is ongoing. Walk us through some of the activities.
Yes. Prior to the ban, we have what we call Shimba, and we have our traditional authorities. They will go in to do those traditional rites, after which they will go in and then do the planting of the ma, which is the corn itself. And that would begin the ban on drumming and noise making. So for this period prior to the ban, this is what would some of the activities that would happen.
Thank you so much. Gilbert Nyankwa is PRO of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly.